wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
Here's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off.
Welcome back to another show here in Brownsville at Luke Fruia Motors. Kevin Naro on a Wednesday afternoon, June 14th. We are halfway through the month of June, and school's out, and it's summertime, and that means we still have plenty of content going on. We have some high school volleyball down at McCallum Memorial with the Boys and Girls Club. That's currently going on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays, or also Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have the 7-on-7 League down at Victor Park. That, in fact, wraps up tomorrow, and the 7-on-7 League in Victor Park will come to an end. And then teams, if they haven't qualified yet, time's running out. We've had a couple of teams qualify over the last few weeks. This past weekend, we were in Weslaco at Weslaco East covering that state qualifier where we saw Nikki Rowe qualify. PSJ North qualified a couple of weeks ago at the Sherryland qualifier. So traditionally towards the end of the month, we're talking 7-on-7 state qualifier down in College Station. So we've already had a couple of teams qualify for the state tournament, and with just maybe a handful of state qualifiers, not here in the Valley, just really up north. Is when you get to this point in the month of June, the two qualifiers that we do have down here are already said and done. That was the Snake Pit down at Sherryland and the qualifier down in Weslaco. We used to have a qualifier for the small schools that used to be in McAllen, but now they don't have it anymore. So teams go up as far as Poth to qualify if you're a small school. There was actually a qualifier in Port Isabel for the small schools earlier this year. That's where La Feria qualified. They're one of our small schools that did qualify for the state tournament. Over this past weekend, we were able to have our media days at Brownsville Veterans and at Edinburgh High. Really successful media day. We only missed out on 5 schools. I've already talked to those schools that there's no need to reschedule a media day. It's just a matter of filling out the jot form and sending in the information. But a special thank you to Coach J.C. Ramirez at Brownsville Veterans and Coach Gilbert Leal for allowing us to spend our morning there Saturday morning at Brownsville Veterans, and thank you to all the coaches who showed up and being a part of it and sending their athletes. And then on Sunday, we wrapped up our Upper Valley Media Day with a pinch of Lower Valley schools. Whoever was at the qualifier on Saturday, they just simply rescheduled and met us down there on Sunday down at Edinburgh High. So a special thank you to Coach Roy Garza and Rene Guzman for opening up the doors there at Edinburgh High and allowing us to spend not only our morning but a better part of the afternoon there at Edinburgh High. So it was a very successful weekend. And also a big thank you to Coach Ruben Farias down in La Jolla and Coach Carlos Uresti down at Brownsville Porter. Those two guys were very instrumental on helping us get the word out to these coaches successfully, not only once but twice. Originally, we had our media day scheduled for late May, but my eye got in the way, and I had to reschedule for the second weekend in June, and was a little worried there on just how hard it is, one, to find a venue, two, for that venue to be ready on that new set date, and then for everyone to get the memo. So only missing 5 schools wasn't too bad over this past weekend. So again, thank you to Coach Farias and Coach Uresti for again rescheduling the media days and getting the email out there and just getting the word out to all the coaches. So right now we're tentatively looking at a July 29th, July 30th date for volleyball media days. I'm going to start to look for 2 venues that I have in mind. One would be in the Upper Valley, one would be in the Lower Valley, and again, that's just strictly for photos, just for the athletes to come out and have a good time. It's been successful over the past few years. Andrew Cordero already got in touch with me that these dates are good to go. He set his schedule aside, and all the photos are free for the fans. All our media days are free, even the photos we took this past weekend at our football media day. So they're all free, and we encourage all the teams to come out and be a part of our media day again, and tentatively July 29th and 30th with the sites to be determined. I'm going to be working on a couple of sites soon as we get through the showcase, which is going to be our next topic. We're going to talk about our showcase that's going to be coming up on June 23rd through the 25th. We're going to talk a little bit more about the combine with the Marks, Coach Mark Lozano. And they're still trying to push that combine that's going to be happening the 19th and 20th. And Donna, we'll talk a little bit about that. Tonight is also the coaches East versus West All-Star game. We'll unveil that roster. It's already been posted on social media, so there's no secret there. We'll go through those rosters. We'll talk a little bit about tonight's All-Star game. Next week is the baseball All-Star game. We'll do the same when that time comes, and we'll talk more about our showcase, who's coaching in it. Again, we'll unveil some rosters for our showcase, and again, we'll touch up on the home run derby. So when we come back, we're going to talk combine in Donna, and then we will talk all-star game that's happening tonight in Mission at 7 when we come back.
Ibanez Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try our delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, variadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy one barbacoa taco and get one free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
We're La Vida and you're watching Real Sports Live. Go Cardinals!
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
We are West East and we're watching Real Sports Live. East side, strong side.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
We're La Vida and you're watching Real Sports Live. Go Cardinals!
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Hello from Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated Texas Education Agency district. A stands for Academic Excellence at Los Fresnos CISD, where pathways to secondary success are being built for students at the brand new Resaca Middle School campus. A stands for Academic Advancement at Los Fresnos High School, where the College Center provides a jump start on college and career readiness that includes advanced placement classes, dual enrollment options, CTE opportunities, and scholarship money. Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated and 7-time post-secondary readiness distinction district.
At Harlingen CISD, college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
Welcome back to Luke Fruia Motors here in Brownsville. So we touched up a little bit on our media days that we had this past weekend and some 7-on-7 coverage. We also had these last 2 weeks with these state qualifiers. So Talking with Mark Lopez and Coach Mark Lozano over the last few weeks, and they were able to attend our media days. Was their showcase is still coming up June 19th and the 20th. So on here I had wrote it down that it's 2 weeks away, and now it's just a couple of days away. So from what I understand, there are still spots available for the athletes to sign up at. It's going to be at Donna High School at Benning LaPrade Stadium in Donna. So June 19th through the 20th. Be sure to sign your athletes up for those 2-day camps in Donna. And the Primera Pro Football Camp, that was able to fill up with 250 kids down in Primera, just off of 77. So they were able to have a successful turnout there. So, again, there's still spots available with our buddies over at Tex Preps. Be sure to check out their website and their social media sites and to get your athlete signed up. Again, that's June 19th through the 20th. It's a 2-day camp down in Donna at Benning LaPrade Stadium. So get your kids signed up for that. So tonight we have the East versus West All-Star Game. It's the 17th annual. Last year they had it at the park in San Juan, a little bit of a random place to have it, but we were out there, and I got a memory on my updates from when Joe was still at Channel 4. It was 7 years ago. And traditionally, the All-Star Game was in La Jolla. A lot of the games happened there in La Jolla, and that picture that we took just happened to be 7 years ago. Joe was doing a stand-up live before the All-Star Game and needed someone to interview, and I was the closest person to him, and he just said, "Here, we're going to do a quick interview. Don't worry, we'll be fine. Let's just talk softball," like I tell everyone else. And yeah, that was 7 years ago. 7 years ago, and here we are getting ready to cover another All-Star Game. Tonight it will be at Iris Iglesias Field in Mission. The game is set for 7 o'clock. Originally, it was scheduled for Ed Couch Elsa. It was scheduled for Ed Couch Elsa, and then they had some issues there on campus, so then they had to find an alternative on where the game was going to be played. Then they wound up finding Mission High as the host for this evening. So I was able to catch up with the All-Stars both yesterday and the day before. Yesterday was the East practice, and on, let's see, today's Wednesday. Monday was the West practice. So the West is going to be coached by Paul Cruz. This is his 14th year coaching the All-Star Game, so he's done it a long time. He's often retired to the last few years, but Coach Paul Cruz, of course, one of the founding fathers in the sport of softball, coached at Sherryland for many, many years. Roxy Chapa was there on his staff, who is one of the better players that we've seen in our time. She went on to play at A&M Kingsville. They're all coaching the West, and on the East side, it's Coach Christy Leal from Mercedes. Her and her staff will be coaching the East side. I got to catch up with them. So, yeah, second, let me pull up the West All-Stars roster. So, starting with the West, here is how they will line up. From McAllen High, Kayleen Sky Ramos, listed as an outfielder / shortstop. Alex Garza from PSJ North. Demery Trevino from Roma, Kaida Cantu from Nicky Rowe, Janelli Rodriguez from La Jolla, Shelby Celdron from Edinburgh High, Bella Ramirez from Rio Grande City, Larissa De Hoyas from PSJ, Miranda Flores, also from La Jolla, Erin Reina from PSJ North, Gadi Lopez from Pioneer, Haley Garza from PSJ North, Marisa Camacho from PSJ Memorial, Caitlin Regisdale from Mac High, Josmari Ortiz from Roma, Aneli Barrera also from Roma, Reagan Staley and Alondra Rodriguez both from Pioneer, and then the battery combo of Alyssa Guzman and Mickey Castillo from Mission Veterans. That's the West All-Stars, and they're going to have their work cut out for them this evening when they take on the East All-Stars. Certainly a lot of pitching and a deep lineup for the East, but Mickey Castillo, one of the better pitchers we have in the Valley this year, and then having her battery back there with Alyssa Guzman. Those two, they grew up playing together. They played travel ball together, and they were able to spend their senior year together this year at Mission Veterans. So that's already a plus there for the West Side. And then Shelby out in center field, one of the better outfielders we have, and Reagan Staley, who I think probably didn't get enough love this year. One of the better players, left-handed bat from Shareland Pioneer, and then the Garza girls from PSJ North. So it should be really interesting on how it all plays out tonight. The West is the home team tonight. So let's meet the East All-Stars, starting with the pitchers. Emily Delgado from San Benito, Zel Camacho from Mercedes, Trinity Villalobos from Lyford, Alexis Damez from Brownsville Veterans. The catchers, Piper Cáceres from Westlaco East, Naomi Garcia from Brownsville Veterans, Brianna Garcia from Brownsville Hanna. Those are the catchers. On the first base side, Dakota Martinez from Los Fresnos, Kylie Sanchez from San Benito. The middle infield, second baseman, Adamari Perales from Mercedes, Tanya Rodriguez from Los Fresnos. The shortstops, Lexi Escamilla from Westlaco, Clarissa Rizzo from Mercedes. At the hot corner, playing third base, Karime Martinez from Harlingen South, Lily Rocha from Harlingen. In the outfield, there's a lot of speed. Elisa Rubio from San Benito, Alexis Ramirez from Ed Couch Elsa, Victoria Lopez from Lyford, Bridget Sanchez from Mercedes, Sabrina Alzua from La Feria, Ambrosia Peña from Westlaco East. And those are the outfielders. And the utilities will be Jolie Dominguez and Selena Marchand from Port Isabel. Again, the Mercedes coaching staff will take the reins for the East All-Stars. So you see a lot of pitching with Damez, Villalobos, Camacho, and Delgado. Just alone, Delgado and Camacho. That's a lot. That's a lot of speed, and that's a lot of velo right there. The catchers with Piper Cáceres. She's going to be playing at the next level at Incarnate Word. Dakota Martinez. She hit 22 home runs this year for Los Fresnos. That was a school record. Of course, Kylie Sanchez. Good to see her back and healthy. She had gotten injured at the state semi game a few weeks ago in Austin. She said it was just a sprain. She's good to go. Adamari Perales, a lot like Reagan Staley, who I felt didn't get enough love this year. She's a kind of a do-it-all softball player. She's listed here as a second baseman, but the girl can play just about anywhere. Lexi Escamilla and Clarissa Rizzo, got to see both of those over the last few days with Lexi Escamilla is also a part of our showcase, and we got to see her on Monday with the Rebels, and then we got to see her yesterday with the East practice, and then Clarissa Rizzo is also part of our showcase. She's on the Racers, and then she's also on the East All-Stars. So we went down to Harlingen for the Racers practice, and Rizzo was there, and Adamati was there, and Rizzo was just scooping everything up as she was playing second base. And she's listed as a shortstop, but Rizzo, she's a softball player. She can play anywhere. Just picking everything off the dirt. She had a good combo with Bella Ramirez from Rio Grande City. And everyone was kind of like, man, who's that second baseman over there? And I looked over, I'm like, oh, that's Rizzo. And they're like, man, she's pretty good. I say, yeah, she's pretty good. Like, she can pitch too. So I know a lot of the girls from the Racers that are in the small schools or really don't play Mercedes in the 5A. They were just real impressed with Clarissa Rizzo. And then on the third base side, you have, Lily Rocha, Karime Martinez. I think the nod probably goes to the East there and then the third base department and the pitching. But, tonight's going to be interesting. I said, again, the East have won the last couple of All-Star games, and they've always had a little bit more depth. But this year, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens tonight. Again, the pitching matchups should be good when you get those Mickey Castillo against the Lily Rocha type deal. And those kind of matchups, for all the softball nerds out there, it's going to be a lot of fun. Tonight, we're also going to be presenting a scholarship check on behalf of ourselves and Pronto Insurance. So the pregame ceremony at 5:25, we'll have our big checkout, and we're going to take a photo with the East and West All-Stars, all of us together, and then we're going to play some softball, and then post-game, we'll award a check to an East All-Star, a West All-Star, based upon who the coaches select as their MVPs, and then we'll have traditionally our player of the game, and then we'll get photos of that. So we'll also have photos of the game tonight as well. Our guy Jammer is going to be down there shooting photos, and again, all the photos are for free. We'll be posting them on social media throughout the night, and then we'll put up a couple of photos for the fans to have and enjoy later on our social media sites. We're going to be live tonight on the premium channel, so I encourage everybody to go to the game first. Watching it is a second option. If you live here in the Valley, go to the game, attend it, watch these kids play one more time. If you can't make it, then watch us if you're here in the Valley. And then, of course, if you're out of town, well, then just tune in and watch us on the premium channel on the app or on the website. And then, of course, we'll have highlights later that night, and then the game will be reposted easily by the next day. So, but again, come out to the game, support the athletes. Next week, same case with the Baseball All-Stars. Come out, support the athletes. If you're here in the Valley, we're your second option. Go to the game first. If you can't make it, then come out. If not, then watch us on our app or on the website. And again, if you're out of town, watch us tonight. And the first pitch is set for 7 o'clock. When we come back, we're going to talk about our showcase, the Home Run Derby, and we'll go over the rosters when we come back.
Graduation time. Time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student, ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
We are McAllen Memorial, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
For quality care, contact Mesquite Home Health and Attendant Services today. In Brownsville at 594 Jose Marti Boulevard. Call today, 956-361-5558.
We here at Mesquite want to wish all local athletes good luck in today's game.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
See art or create it. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
Hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just get the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Been feeling a little stressed lately? Luckily, South Padre Island has plenty of Or maybe you'd rather have some aww Now that you think about it, it's been a long time since you've had a good... How will you ever decide? Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
Welcome back. So we have our showcase June 23rd, 24th, 25th. That's coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend. So the jersey orders, they've already been placed. From what I understand, some of them have already been completed. We talked to Jesse earlier this week, if not late last week, and that some of them were already completed. So unfortunately, we had a couple of injuries over this past weekend at some showcases. Some travel ball tournaments, rather. So we quickly had to find some replacements for the girls that unfortunately got hurt. But, this week the Valley teams, they started their practices. The Rebels had their first practice on Monday. The Racers had their first practice yesterday at Harlingen. And then the Lightning, I believe, have already had a practice or two this week. They're practicing down in Lyford. So special thank you to Coach Jerry Hadegi and Albert Garza down in Lyford for opening up their doors to allow us to use their fields to practice on. Kevin Ledesma down in Harlingen, he helped us out in a big way yesterday. We needed a field. The Ed Couch field was not ready. Or I think they were having a football camp or something like that. It's kind of changed the plan. So we kind of had to stop and scramble for a field. So my buddy Kevin hooked us up in a pinch. And then, thank you to all the coaches. And Coach Paula Salinas up in Corpus Christi Veterans. She's hosting a storm practice tomorrow is where I plan on going. Of course, Coach Lentz hosting the Barracudas practice next week on Monday. And then the Storm we're still trying to find a practice spot. I want to say Bishop looks like the most likely landing spot for the Storm. But yeah, so these teams have already, I was able to get them their rosters last week out on a Monday. So they had the week to get a hold of their teams, introduce themselves, and then all of this week I said, hey, you guys want to start having practices? By all means. So they hit the ground running. PSJ North, hello. That's where the Rebels practice on Monday. Thank you to Coach Esparza and them for opening up the gates there. I said, hey, you guys got all this week and you guys have all next week. You guys want to have 3 practices? You want to have 2 practices? You want to have 4? I was like, by all means, you can have as many practices as you like. If you guys need a spot if you guys need a place to practice, let me know. But so far, so good. Everything on the production side with our showcase, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So the Home Run Derby is Friday the 23rd. And again, Sadie Flores from Bishop, Gabby Chapa from Alice, Piper Cáceres from Westlaco East, Jade Moreno from Flower Bluff, Alexa Alegria from Hebronville, Dakota Martinez from Los Fresnos, Zel Camacho from Mercedes, and Lily Rocha from Harlingen. Those are all the girls that are going to be in the Home Run Derby. And then we went ahead and released the bracket for the Home Run Derby. That was a lot of fun. But before we get to that, we'll lay down the rules in rounds 1 and 2. Each hitter will be given a 3-minute round. Each hitter will have 1 timeout per round. And whoever hits the most advances. If they end in a tie, each hitter will go into an additional minute. If hitters remain tied, then we'll go to a 3-pitch sudden death. Doubt we get to that, but just in case. In the final round, each hitter will be given 2 minutes per round. And again, they'll be granted that 1 timeout each. So that timeout, we learned last year, it's just a matter of how you use it, when you use it, and use it wisely. And I've already had Coach Javier Ramirez from Hebronville They were already working out. Lexi from Hebbronville was working out on the home run derby, and they said, man, like those 3 minutes, they are intense. It's an intense 3 minutes. I said, oh yeah. I was like, you got to learn on when to use that timeout. You got to learn how to find a rhythm, and it's gonna be soft toss from 43 feet from halfway from the mound, the circle to the plate. Halfway, we'll have an L screen, and they're going to be soft tossing them. So it's just a matter of finding that rhythm, and it's going to be tough. The bracket goes as followed. On the top right, in the first round, it's Gabby Chapa from Alice going up against Zel Camacho. On the bottom half of the bracket is Lexi Alegria going up against Dakota Martinez. On the bottom right side, so that's one half of the bracket. On the left side of the bracket, from the bottom up, Jade Moreno from Flower Bluff going up against Piper Cáceres from Weslaco East. And on the top left side of the bracket, Sadie Flores from Bishop going up against, of course, the defending champ, Lily Rocha. So a lot of home runs. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's our home run derby bracket and our home run derby roster. And again, that is at 7 o'clock Friday night in Raymondville. So again, I've been encouraging all the players to come out and attend. I know a lot of players are looking forward to it, and this year we were able to put the home run derby on a Friday night and then the games on Saturday and into Sunday. Last year we had the games on Saturday and the home run derby was later in that evening. But it was such a successful event. It was so much fun for the players and everyone involved that we just said, let's make that our own day. Let's do that Friday night. So that's what we're going to be doing Friday night at 7. Here's how the schedule will line up Saturday. It's going to be 9 a.m. It's going to be the Rebels and the Barracudas. That's game 1. Game 2 at 11 a.m. will be the Storm against the Lightning. Game 3 at 1 o'clock will be the Racers versus the Breeze. And then the 3 o'clock game will be the Lightning versus the Barracudas. And then the Rebels versus the Breeze at 5. That's technically a rematch from last year's championship game. And then at 7 o'clock, the last game will be the Racers against the Storm. So that's the schedule there. It's already been posted on social media. The coaches have it. They've already sent it out to their players. Rolling into Sunday is where it gets pretty neat, and something that we were able to fix opposed to last year's Sunday matchups. So the 1 and 2 seed will receive a bye. The 4 seed will play the 5 seed at 10 a.m. The 3 seed will play the 6 seed at noon. And then the 1 seed will play the winner between the 5 and the 4 seed at 2 o'clock. The 2 seed will play the winner between the 3 and 6 seed at 4. And then the championship will be at 6 o'clock. So just some basic ground rules for the game. All games will be 90 minutes with no new innings starting after 85 minutes. There will be 1 minute between innings. We'll have to finish the inning, and there will be no drop dead. Free defensive subs, and we're batting 9. So the free defensive subs, you're allowed to change defensively, not in the lineup. We had that as an issue last year, but there's going to be free defensive subs throughout the whole entire showcase. So, and the championship game at 6, that's going to be 7 innings, of course. So this championship game will be 7 innings, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Last year it was really successful. This year we've changed some things. Last year we were able to have some old school coaches come in and coach the girls. This year we went the route of having colleges coach the athletes. So we have over 10 different colleges all coming out to coach the teams. We have some girls from Kingsville that are going to be on the Storm staff. On the Barracudas, we have girls from the Coastal Bend, Paris College, and Vernon College, and then now recently Texas A&M Kingsville. And then on the Breeze, we're going to have the girls from Galveston College. And it's all cool because some of these players have already played in the showcase with us last year. They're playing college ball now and were a part of our showcase last year. Here down in the valley yesterday with the Racers, we have girls from the Islanders up in Corpus Christi. The Lightning are being coached by Our Lady of the Lake. And the Rebels, it's a mix of Vernon College and Laredo International, the Dust Devils. So there's going to be plenty of exposure. We have I invited some girls from UT Dallas that play here in the Valley. I invited them to come on out. And the list goes on. The list goes on. I've invited multiple schools to come on out and check the games out. And that's the idea of the showcase, is for these athletes to be coached by college players and just networking, getting to meet different players and so on. So real quick, we're going to get into the lineup. We'll start with the Racers, and they are coached by the Olu bunch. And check that. We're going to start with the Rebels. We're going to start with the Rebels. That's the Laredo International Group. So Emily Delgado on the Rebels, Arlette Hernandez, Lexi Sandoval from Harlingen South, Arlette from La Jolla, Emily from San Benito, Joe Montes from San Benito, Piper Cáceres from Weslaco East, Lily Rocha from Harlingen, Dakota Martinez from Los Fresnos, the Coates, Alexa and Haley Garza from PSJ North, Lexi Escamilla from Weslaco, Andrea Chapa from Brownsville Veterans, Mia Rodriguez from Weslaco, and Chrissy Luera from PSJ North, Erica Cortez, Jenna Fabella, Caitlin Luera, and Andrea Salinas, all on that coaching staff. So Concordia, Vernon, and A&M International all in that lineup there as far as the coaching staff. The Barracudas, coached by Mariah Vasquez, who was at Vernon and is now at A&M Kingsville, Cassie Cavazos from Vernon, and Menina Cavazos from Houston Tillotson. Jade Moreno from Flower Bluff, Bianca Gonzalez from Taft, Skylar Ramos from Riviera Coffer, Bella Perez from Flower Bluff, Emily Mayo also from Flower Bluff, Benisa Ellison from Carroll, Janisa Martinez from Zapata, Amanda Muniz and Sadie Flores from Bishop, Cinderelli Medina also from Zapata, Oriana Aguirre from Gregory Portland, JP Galvan from Aranzas Pass, and Bella Campos from Corpus Christi Miller. And those are the Barracudas. On the Lightning, they're coached by Our Lady of the Lake, Christy Salas, Joanna Gonzalez, Alyssa Garcia, Emilia Salinas, and Gilbert Alvarado, all of them from Olu. Zel Camacho from Mercedes, Trinity Villalobos from Lyford, Ari Alanis from Palmview, Ashley De Leon from Mercedes, Emily Perez from Raymondville, Karime Martinez from Harlingen South, Tanya Rodriguez from Los Fresnos, Gadi Lopez from Pioneer, Bree Salazar from La Jolla, Jolie Dominguez from Raymondville, Elisa Rubio from San Benito, Bree Solis from Mission Veterans, and Victoria Lopez from Lyford. And that's the Lightning. Now to meet the Storm. They're coached by Quintana Muniz from A&M Kingsville, Andrea Martinez also from A&M Kingsville, and Reba Reyes from St. Mary's. Maddie Aguilar from CC Veterans, Audrey Dietrichs from Gregory Portland, Kristen Bettis from San Diego, Aubrey Gilchrist from Toloso Midway, Sarah Lindahl from Corpus Christi King, Gabby Chapa and Brooke Castillo from Alice, Marina Molina from San Diego, Cerise Espinosa also from San Diego, Corpus Christi Carol's Brianna Garza, Alana Garcia from Rockport, Krista Coy from London, and of course Ava Hernandez from Alice, and that is the Corpus Christi Storm. Now for the Breeze, Maddie Flores from Galveston College, Aviana Gonzalez from Galveston College, and Hannah Griffith also from Galveston College. So that's a Galveston College bunch coaching the Breeze. Kylie Flores from Carroll, Madison Mauricio from Gregory Portland, Cadence Trevino and Karina Alcron from Hebronville, Ayla Medrano from Sinton, Alexa Alegria and Teresa Salinas, both from Hebronville, Faith Monsiváis from King, Mia Flores from Calallen, Alina Cruz from Bishop, Madeline Perez and Parker Roden from Corpus Christi, London. And we had a late scratch. We added Deandra Maldonado from Alice. And that's the coaching staff for the Breeze. Now let's take a look at the Racers. The Racers are coached by AJ Hassel, Monet Montilla, and Jules Garcia from Corpus Christi Islanders, and Alexa Salcedo from Trinity. So the lineup goes like this: Mickey Castillo from Mission Veterans, Cladys Arrizzo from Mercedes, Desiree Cavazos from Raymondville, Alexis Solis from Weslaco, Adamari Perales from Mercedes, Alexis Tamez from Brownsville Veterans, Bella Ramirez from Rio Grande City, Shelby Celderon from Edinburgh, Mia Bocanegra from La Feria, Ariana and Alma Lezama from Brownsville Veterans, Alyssa Guzman from Mission Veterans, all on the Racers. Sabrina Alzua was a late addition. Emily unfortunately got hurt this past weekend in a tournament, so we're hoping that Emmy has a quick and speedy recovery, and that's our lineup. So again, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th is a showcase. Fans, if you haven't ordered your fan shirts just yet, just a reminder to place those orders. The deadline is Friday. The link is up on our social media sites. And also, the coaches did a good job on sending out the links to the parents and the athletes in their group chats. So just be aware of that the deadline for the fan shirts is on Friday. Also, still time to order a spotlight page as well. I know the guys were in the middle of wrapping up the production side of things on the program. But either way, come on out, not this weekend, but next, to our second annual showcase in Raymondville, Texas. Home Run Derby on Friday, the games Saturday and Sunday. As for tonight, again, come out to the game. If you're not able to, then you can catch it on our premium channel. First option, come out, support the athletes, watch the game in person. If you can't make it, we got you covered. For the fans that are out of town, then for sure, come on over and join us tonight on our premium channel. We'll be on the call out there at Mission, 7 o'clock first pitch. That wraps it up. We had a quick show, went on a little earlier than usual. We got to head on over to Mission and get things settled in there. So Kevin Aro, Rudy Zamaripa here at Luke Fruia. We'll see you guys later this evening. First pitch at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching.